Welcome back to Beauty Therapy with Gen X. My name is Jennifer Masad. I am your hostess and I am your beauty therapist. In today's tip of the week, it's all about my favorite foundation brushes for applying liquid or cream products, which are my favorite foundations to apply to the skin, regardless of if you're dry, normal, oily, etc., etc. So here are some of my favorite brushes. Some you may be surprised, some you may not. So these are some of my favorite options, y'all. So let's go with first quick chat on each of them. The most traditional brush that we're used to is the foundation brush. So it's generally synthetic fibers, flat bristled and pretty thick. So if you have that beautiful non-textured skin, this is a good one to apply. You're going to pick up a lot of product with this guy. So you may still want to buff out the makeup, because when you're using a proper foundation, a little goes a long way. So just remember, when you've got streak marks, you can just buff them out. So the flat bristled brush is more, so that's an option as well. So next brush would be the dual fiber brush. Sometimes this is a mix of synthetic and natural fiber hairs. Do your research, see what works for you. This is going to give you more of that quote-unquote airbrushed look. Once again, you don't need a lot, and you can do those circular motions like I showed you in the foundation application video as well. Again, we're going to apply a little less product on this guy, but again, another option that I really like as well. Flat brush is going to give you the most coverage. And then my favorite way to apply foundations, probably after those two, probably I use this the most often, are powder brushes. You get really good coverage. You don't need to use a lot of it. And most of us have texture on our skin at some point. I mean, when was the last time you drove down 75 and expected a smooth road? Well, your skin's the same way. You're gonna have, essentially, everyone's got potholes, etc. Like we've got traffic jams on our face. It just happens. But again, the better you take care of your skin, the less problems you'll have there. So I love a powder brush because I can buff and go. Again, we can reference back to that video if you want to take a peek. You can also get under the eyes, etc. So that's it. Those are my favorite foundation brushes. One last tip I'll say, if you end up being heavy-handed with your foundation, you can also take a buffing style brush. Here's one option. Believe it or not, this little brand e.l.f. makes a really cute little guy that's not expensive. And what you'll do is, if you get too heavy-handed or you see streak marks, just go ahead and buff them out. You can just buff out, because most of us put more product on our face than we need because we're excited, overzealous, etc. That's your tip of the week, guys. As always, if you feel compelled and you like what I'm talking about and you enjoy it, please share it with others. That's how we grow and co-create together. As always, I like to end with a little wisdom food for thought. This week's quote is from Lynn Twist. Listen to this, y'all. Our drive to enlarge our net worth turns us away from discovering and deepening our self-worth. Think about that in today's social media laden world. Where does that rest with you? Share with me, let me know. As always, thank you for tuning in. Remember, being you, being true, and loving what you do is a very powerful weapon of influence in today's world. You can change the world in ways that you'd be surprised. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks. Bye.